Welcome to my channel, and this is the Pentax K1000. K1000 means it has a shutter speed of 1/1000. First introduced in 1976 to 1991, originally from Japan. And in US it also has a counterpart of Pentax Spotmatic. Camera, you can learn how to adjust your shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. So this is fully manual camera, almost metal, and this camera also powered by A76 or S76 battery, or you can buy LR44. Also, this is camera. It doesn't have any automatic mode like the Pentax ME, or there is no self timer on the side like this Pentax KM or the Pentax Spotmatic. They are like similar, also 1/1000 a second maximum shutter speed. Also have bulb mode, and the difference only is the self timer. How to remove and mount the lens. So this is the lens remove button. You have to depress here and turn the lens like this. Press here and turn. Here you go. And when you put it back, there's a red indicator here, and also red here. Just align the lens right there and then turn it back until you hear a click. There. And if you notice on the lens, there's like a white plastic. This one, it will glow in the dark, so if you change the lens, and if you mount them and you cannot see the red button, you just grab the lens release button, align with that luminous white dot there, and then turn. On this camera also is fully manual, so you cannot use automatic lens such as this one. This is SMC Pentax A, meaning it has auto mode. You can also see right here there's an aperture f22, and after that there's an A, meaning there's a automatic exposure. You can still mount this lens with the automatic mode like that, but once that you depress this button and you go all the way to A, you cannot go to A without pressing this. You accidentally press this and you go to A, if you use this, your light meter doesn't work like on the normal situation. So your aperture will goes to, okay, if you accidentally press this button and you goes to A, this is automatic for Pentax ME, so you will get an improper exposure. Your f-stop, it will stick on the minimum exposure, so it will goes to f22. You will see the opening there. It will only open small there, so that's f22. You see big opening there on the aperture. It's f2. And if you goes to A, very small there, small opening there. You can see small opening. Okay, there. You can still use the Pentax SMC or SMC Pentax A, but I use this SMC M or manual. Okay, how to load battery. So I have here a LR44. So I'm just going to open the battery compartment. Always follow the proper polarity of battery. You see on the battery cover it says positive, so I put positive there. Okay, once you put the battery, put your ISO to 100. Here, ISO 100, and set it to bulb mode, and look at the viewfinder. The light meter should be up. If the light meter is down or in the middle, your battery is already drained or old, so you have to change your battery. And then how to switch off the light meter, just cover the lens mount. There's no switch right here, it's all manual, so you have to cover the lens if not in use. So this is the advanced lever, shutter release button. This is shutter speed. Shutter speed is between 1/1000 to 1 second plus bulb. This is rewind lever, hot shoe mount or accessory mount, PC sync socket, lens release button, battery compartment, tripod mount, and rewind button. To open, just leave the rewind lever here. Okay, let's load the film. I have a dummy film here, ISO 200. I have my test roll. So carefully put the lens on the film chamber. Don't touch the curtain. This is film guide rail, sprocket, takeout spool, film pressure plate. So just hold the end of the film, put it on the takeout spool here, make sure it's aligned. Here you go. So takeout spool engage, and the sprocket also engage. Close it. Tighten the film. Okay, and then fire the shutter until you get on a frame 1. Okay, here you go. I'm on frame 1. Also, there's a small indicator right here. Here, if you see red indicator, meaning your advanced level advanced, like your shutter is charged. Right there. I don't know where it focuses. Small dot. Okay. Meaning the shutter is charged. There's no lock also, so you can just accidentally press the shutter, so you're gonna waste a film. If you see dark here, you don't see the red, meaning the shutter is not charged. When you press this, it's not working. Make sure when you put in your bag, make sure the shutter or the advanced lever is not charged. Basic operation: if you hold the camera like this, hold it like this, focus, and then charge it, fire. If it is portrait or the portrait orientation like this is landscape orientation, this is portrait. Don't cover the lens. Okay, and then if you put your film, don't forget to set your sensitivity or speed of the film. We put 200, so you adjust this to 200. Leave the inner ring of the shutter speed and then turn 200 there. Okay, flash photography or flash sync. Flash sync of this camera is 1/60 a sec. There's a red dot on the shutter speed. Every camera there's like a flash sync indicator. So right here also 1/60 a second. This Pentax KM also 1/60 a second. Okay, so make sure you put on 1/60 a second for flash sync. You can mount your flash here, or you can put the flash right there. For example, we use the relay flash. This is also a manual flash. You can see at the bottom is only one pin, meaning this is full manual. If we put a 200 ISO, Make sure you adjust also the ISO on the flash, so ISO 200. There you go, ISO or ASA 200. Turn it on. You can see like charging, and you can put right here. As you can notice, there's like a guide number on the there's a guide number here. Also, there's a guide number on the lens. For example, we focus the subject. Example, we focus the subject and we get a guide number here. It says about 6 meters. So you will check your flash if you have your 6 meters right here. Now if you are in 6 meters, your aperture should be f8, like this. So f8, or you can set your aperture to your camera to f8, and then put your flash here. Boom. So that's how you use the flash. Some photographer, they put the aperture in constant setting, like one setting. Or if you're in the wedding, you put f8 or 5.6, so everything is in focus. For example, I set to f8, set f8, and then we check there. On f8, you should be 6 meters or 18 feet. So I put on my camera the flash. I'll set it to f8, and then 6 meters or 19 feet. So you should be precise, or you know your distance of the subject. If your subject is between your range or between the range of 6 meters or 18 feet, if you see them in that range, just the shutter, and then there. So that's how you use a flash. Other thing is you can use a PC sync cable. Yeah. The good thing about this is you can move around. You can just point at the back your flash. You can do a bounce flash. Example here, there, again. You point at the top, so bounce flash again. So there, that's how you do a flash photography. How to do a double exposure. Double exposure is like 2 or 3, 4 shots in one frame. First is you do a normal shot. There you go, and then tighten the film. It's tight enough. Press the rewind button there, and then charge the shutter. Boom, second exposure. Again, if you want third exposure, press again keep pressing the rewind button. You notice that this thing is not moving, meaning the film doesn't advance. See, again, there, that's multiple exposure. And then after multiple exposure, don't forget to cover the lens, advance the film. You will see this one is going to move. Advance the film, make a shot, cover the lens. This is to make sure that the film is not overlapping. There. Now you goes to a normal mode. Bulb mode. If you want a bulb mode or long exposure, by the way, this is shutter speed. If you go to 1/60 and higher, you can hold your camera, but if you have your 1/30 yet, or 1/15, 1/8, 1/4, or 1 second below, I suggest you use a tripod, because this is like a long exposure. During long exposure or bulb mode, I use this lens release cable. Put here. Example, you go to a bulb mode, charge this. Bulb mode is once you press the shutter button and you keep pressing it, the shutter remains open. There. Okay. It is very hard to do a bulb mode handheld. Like, do this. A small shake, it will ruin your shot. So put on a tripod, put a lens release cable, charge it, and then there, 30 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes, the shutter remains open until you release this. That is bulb mode. Self timer. If you want to do a self timer on this camera, you can buy a accessory that you can put right here. So you can buy this online. They're selling up to $30 to $50. You just put in a shutter button, screw it, and then you can charge your shutter, set your set timer, here you go. So that is self timer for a manual camera. How to focus? Focusing is you have to use the light meter. So if your light meter is on plus, meaning you're overexposed, and if your light meter is on a negative, meaning you're underexposed. And if you use an f8 and you have reading of plus, or your light meter is on overexposed, you need a faster shutter speed. Go to higher number of your f-stop. If your light meter is on a plus sign, meaning you're overexposed, you need a higher aperture number or higher shutter speed. And if you are underexposed, meaning you need more light, you have to step down your aperture. You have go to 5.6, f4, 2.8, or f2. 1/250, you have to lower down 125, 60, 30, 15 until the light meter is on the center. That is the proper exposure. Focusing, you have to turn this knob, focusing dial. In this camera, there's like a split screen or a split image on the middle of the light of the viewfinder. So focusing, you have to focus the subject. There is a split image on the middle of the viewfinder. If the split image is not aligned, meaning you're out of focus, so your subject is gonna be blurry, turn the knob until you get a perfect aligned split screen, and then charge your shutter or advance your film. Check your light meter is should be in center. Hold your camera firm and then fire the shutter. There. Depth of field is like if it is f2 or f4, f5.6, you can use this in single subject or one person. This aperture is like if you shoot the subject and your aperture is f2, the background is blurry. Okay, and if you want a group shot, you have to be using 5.6 or f8, so the depth of field is not narrow, so it's wider. So if the subject is standing right here and your camera is here, in your f2, your depth of field is only here, so between your face of the subject and maybe at the shoulder of the subject is in focus, the rest is blurred. Okay, once you adjust to 5.6, your depth of field is wider until like 5.6, f8, f11, f16, f22. Those are like if you're shooting landscape, you need the higher f number, so everything in the background is in focus. So that is the summary of depth of field. Also depth of field, I'm using depth of field in weddings. I use 1.8 or 1.4 to focus on the subject or on the bride, and everything else is blurred. So that is depth of field. How to rewind. If you're done with your film, you can rewind by pressing this and then turn your rewind knob clockwise until you hear a click, or you can rewind all the way, but I'm not going to rewind all the way because this is my dummy film. If I hear some click, I'm gonna open the back cover. There, pull this to open. There you go. There. And don't forget to cover your lens when not in use. But if you don't have a cover to turn off the light meter, you can just remove the battery, or not, because battery is cheap. But me, I'll keep my battery on the side. I always remove my battery because I tend to forget, and then it will ruin my camera. It will corrode the battery, so it will destroy your camera. Especially me, I have lots of camera. So for those who not subscribed yet, please subscribe so we can do more videos like this, and we can buy more film because film is expensive. Please subscribe, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. So this is Pentax K1000. Next one, I will be reviewing Pentax KM or Pentax Spotmatic, Pentax Super ME, Pentax program, and everything. Okay, so please subscribe so we can buy film and we can upload more videos. Okay, see you on the next one.